So, been having some problems with the Nova, and I didn't think it would be fair if I didn't share my hardship with the people that have been watching me put this car together. Anyway, this is going to be my first YouTube post in regards to the car that I've been messing with. So what's going on with this car is, originally, once it got up and running, it was having an issue with the car coming up on the trans brake. The converter was rated at a 3,000 3600 stall, and it really wasn't getting there. I think it would get up to maybe 2200, and I put a 4L60E together with a trans brake for this car. So really quick, the car has basically the whole powertrain that a 2001 Pontiac Firebird would have. Basically, it's a 4th gen setup with the 5.7 4L60E. And I did that because I have a lot of extra parts for this car, or at least for that powertrain. And I'm very familiar with that platform because I worked for GM for maybe a year and was trained on the 4L60E. And also the LS platform is just very, very friendly for the most part. Anyway, so a couple weeks ago at the last Renegade of the year at the Verona track, Friday night, I took the Firebird, not this one, but that one, up to the last street legal drags. And this car has been running good for the last couple of years. It's got a 427 LS in it and a Ford 8.8 with a built 4L60E without the trans brake, no trans brake. And this vehicle also has a stall converter that's rated for 3,000 to 3,600. Now, at that race, the first pass, the diff took a crap, and it also took out the transmission. So, the car got towed home. That was the end of the night with one pass. Not even. I did a 30 foot. Yeah. So, anyway, long story short, no big deal. I was like, okay, the Nova's ready to go. I'm gonna bring it up to the track the following day. So anyway, Nova goes to the track the following day, the Renegade race, not to compete, but just to shake it down because the car's never been up at the track. Long story short, again, we were having issues with the stall. The car's 60 foot was terrible. It was like 2 seconds because it wouldn't accelerate. Anyway, couldn't really figure out what it was, if it was going to be the converter, the transmission, or possibly even the tune on the engine. We've tried a couple different things. I had a couple experienced tuners look at my tune file to determine whether or not it was the tune, and they said everything was spot on, so it had to be the transmission or the converter. So anyway, on the way home after that race on Saturday by the Wild Animal Park, I decided to get on it and see really what the car could do. It's a nice straightaway. It's a 2-lane road. No cars were around, and I ended up hurting the motor. I think I lost the ring, and at the same time I blew the rear main seal out, so the thing was a Smoky Joe for about 2 miles, and we ended up having to pull over and get AAA to tow it home. Anyway, so long story short, rear main seal was leaking. I didn't realize I hurt the engine. I just figured it spit the rear main seal out, and I was thinking it would be a great opportunity to take the transmission out of the Nova and put it in the Firebird, because the transmission had to come out anyway. So anyway, long story short, I know this story is continuing to get longer. That's what we did. So the diff blew up in this car, and so did the trans. So we took the trans from the Nova and the converter and put it in this car. And a week ago, up at the Match Race Madness event at Verona, this car didn't perform very well. It made it up there. It's got a new diff in it. Well, not new. It's a used 8.8 limited slip from LKQ. Went down to LKQ the following day after I blew it up. It was a Sunday, actually. And found a 98 Ford Explorer and went ahead and pulled that diff out and got the ring and pinion and all that stuff. And I was able to get this car back up and running. And that's when I found out the transmission was bad. So I ended up taking the transmission out of this car, taking it apart, and I used again the transmission from the Nova that had an issue with the converter or the transmission. We were still trying to figure that out, and we put it in this car. And that's why this car was going like a whole half a second slower. That Match Race Madness race, basically I just wanted to test and tune the car, and it literally ran, I think the fastest time was a 7:09, and it was hurting on the 60 foot. I think the best 60 foot I had was like a 1.7, and I'm on spray, got 100 shot in it again. So this car normally runs 660s, 670s, but it was running basically, it started out at a 7.2, and then the fastest I got it was a 7:09. So anyway, long story short, again, the story keeps getting longer. I'm trying to wrap this up really quick because I just want to get you guys familiar with what's going on with both of these cars. This car is going to have to go under the knife at some point, and I'll figure out what's causing the stall issue. It's not coming up on the converter. Again, this car has basically the same problem that the Nova had, because we took the problem from the Nova and we put it in this car. So we've narrowed it down. It's the trans or the converter, and we just got to figure out what's going on with that. Now, the Nova, again, this motor is going to have to come out. It's got some blow by. It's smoking out the breather. But again, this transmission in the Nova was just rebuilt. And this was the transmission that was in the gold car originally. So now it has a trans brake. But we have another issue. So the issue is with this car now is obviously the engine is hurt. We're going to fix that. But the transmission works great going forward. It's got an amazing feel to it with the stall working like it should. The trans brake works exactly like it should, but it has a large delay in reverse. So we're gonna have to figure that out. And it's also got an oil leak, which I thought I resolved by changing the engine oil pan, but it's still leaking. So long story short, again, I know this story keeps getting longer. We're going to be bringing this into that garage, and we're going to pull the motor out, and we're going to go through it again and figure out what happened to it, and hopefully get it all put back together, and then we'll figure out what's going on with the transmission. Again, it's got a really nice feel to it. It just has a bad delay in reverse. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'll keep you guys posted. as to what we find with the LS1 that's in the Nova. It's probably going to be a ring, or maybe I heard the piston. We'll see. But anyway, you guys take care. God bless, and smash that skinny pedal.